This is a healthier option for you to enjoy your stew peas. Sometimes you really don't feel like having meat, or you just don't have it at all. Maybe you're also slowly moving away from having meat as part of your diet, but you really do like stew peas. That's the case for me. I really do love stew peas, and sometimes I really just don't want to have meat in it. I remove the peas from my package and I am gonna wash this. But before I wash this, I normally just go through and search because there are times that I find that there are lumps of dirt in my peas. So I want to make sure that I remove that. Then I wash, and I wash this for about 2 to 3 times, and that's dependent on what the water looks like when I am finished washing. I am sure you're gonna do what suits you, and that's the perfect option. After this, I add this to my pot, and while I'm adding this to my pot, I also am mindful of finding the dirt lumps, so I really do use this process as well to take the time out and search for that if it is there. After this, it is just to put my peas to cook. This is normally cooked on medium to low heat, right? Now, before that, I add a couple pegs of garlic to this and my water, of course. And I just add enough water to cover the peas. I also add a couple grains of pimento. Now, to go with my stew peas, of course, is some white rice, and I have some jasmine rice here that I have washed. Add a little salt to taste and a tablespoon of my coconut oil, a little bit of rosemary, give that a stir and place that to cook. Now my peas is cooking, and what I want to do here, we call this process to sink the peas. I don't know if it's another process, another term, sorry, for you guys. You can tell me. So add the water, the peas goes to the bottom of the pot and they stay there and cook. Of course, I'm gonna be putting some spinners into my stew peas. What is stew peas without spinners, right? So I make my dough for that, and then I prepare my seasoning for my stew peas. You can use the seasoning of your choice, but for me, I will be using some scallion, which we call green onions as well. Yes, so I chop my scallion and I'm using onion, thyme, and some hot pepper. So I'll go through this and just cut them in small pieces. Guys, thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you've been here before, you know, as usual, I welcome you back, and I take the time out to say, hey, I appreciate it. No, you can also use the white onion. I'm using the red onion here. I like to also have my red onion as it is. Do you guys like that too? Especially on some salad. Anyway, when my peas is cooked, I add my seasoning, and I'll also add the powder seasoning that I use, which is Mrs. Dash. And I'll also add some salt to this. Well, salt to taste. Coconut milk is a must in this, so I add my coconut milk and I leave that to simmer after I add my spinners. Now, after this is completed, you're gonna add your cornstarch. Of course, I added a bit of butter. You can add a bit of oil if you choose to, but I go with the butter. Cornstarch is added to this to give it that thickness after you allow that to simmer for about 5 minutes. Now, you're gonna give this another 2 to 3 minutes to simmer, and then your stew peas is completed. You serve this with your white rice, and I think some people love to have stew peas with dumplings, but if the spinners are already in it, that's it. Serve this up with some very delicious mulberry drink, and that's it. I enjoyed this. You can try it and tell me how it goes for you. Thanks so much for watching.